What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are here at Highland Front 9 Shorts for yet another Highland putter review. This one is again in the approach disc category. It's the Harp. I've never actually thrown a Harp. I got this cool Highland Brewing stamp Harp, so I'm gonna throw it at Highland Brewery. And supposed to be on the overstable side of the approach disc slot, so maybe some forehands coming out. Let's see what happens. So for comparison's sake, this is the Harp, and then we have two discs that kind of fill that slot if I were to need them, the Tactic and the Stabilizer. So the Tactic definitely is a little bit blockier and almost sharper, whereas these are very, very similar, Stabilizer and the Harp. The Harp feels like it's got a touch more of a bead, a little bit more concave on that rim. But yeah, pretty similar. Hole 1, 216, right there at the bottom of the hill. I'm gonna start off with a forehand. First throw out of the car though. Okay. Definitely more stable than I gave it credit for. It's gonna be fun to play around with. Let's see what happens. Nice easy par. I think I'm gonna go forehand route for the next hole. Hole 2, 230. This one's a little bit more uphill, a little bit further, not downhill. So I'm actually gonna have to try to throw this a little bit. I think I'm gonna go, oh, it's gonna be a tough gap, but this left gap, hyzer back. Still a par. You might see me with two discs. I'm only playing the Harp for score. This is a P2 because I'm practicing putting because I need to get better at putting. This one moved. The basket moved. It's in the long right position, so 227. Instead of going this normal left gap, I think I'm going to try to flex the forehand. Not super flat, a little bit of turn. Pleasantly surprised by how stable this putter plastic is. I expected it to not be this stable, but maybe a couple of trees will change that. One down, on to hole 4. Hole 4, 218, it's just gonna be a hyzer down this right gap. Yeah, I did not give that any credit. Hole 5 is 230, tucked off to the right. I'm gonna go forehand. And I'm actually gonna try to push it a little bit, see if I can get a look for a birdie. First tree kick. Easy par yet again. When am I gonna? No, not even gonna ask that question because I know what's gonna happen next. Hole 6, 260. I think I'm gonna have to trust it because it's definitely not gonna go straight that far. So I'm gonna have to trust that it is overstable. It's shown me that so far, so I'm gonna try to put on some anhyzer, get it to do a nice little flex through the right side. It's about that far from being parked. When you give it some pop though, it does, maybe it's the plastic, but it does have some really good glide while it is overstable. That's why I need to practice those. Still one down. Hole 7, 217, the way that this one shapes, it does shape better for like a turnover forehand than trying to flex a backhand. It's pretty much just straight though. So I'm gonna go slight flex on this. Parked. Kind of really stable, way more stable than I thought a Harp was. Kind of nice though. However, 199 feet, slight downhill, actually a lot downhill, and I gotta figure out how to make this not go too far. I guess just hit something and skip towards the basket. That is a triple bogey. Well, it really took us out. We went from 2 down to 1 up. We still have a chance to make it back to even par though here with a good shot here. It's a touchy one. This one's a touchy one. And the Harp surprised me. I had never even considered bagging a Harp because I considered it kind of in the same realm as a Rhino or a Stabilizer or even a Pig, something like that. But I think that this actually is a good bit more stable and a good bit more torque resistant. For those of you who might be wondering, that's my current mileage and step count for today. I'm a little tired. Well, that's not close either. Well, neither one of those is good. The Harp. It's a great disc. The place where it lost me strokes is not places where I would actually use the Harp, which is to say putting. I wouldn't bag a Harp as a main go-to putter. However, it does have a really nice stability. For me, the Harp is similar to the Discmania Tactic. It has a great stability and I would absolutely bag it, except that I have discs or molds on either side of that in stability and speed wise. So I have a little bit faster and a little bit more stable, a little bit slower and a little bit straighter. I don't really need to be sticking an extra approach disc in just for that, but as far as if you're looking for a great overstable approach disc, Harp's a good one. I was pleasantly surprised by its overstability and its torque resistance, and yep, great disc. Don't recommend it for putting, especially on hole number 8 at Highland, because rollaways are bad there. Anyways, if you enjoy content like this, make sure to like the video, comment down below what you want to see next, and make sure to subscribe. You'll see all the new drops as soon as they're released, and you'll be entered into all the giveaways. Until next time, guys, see you out on the course.